The government has recovered the mobile phone on which the Manipur shocking video was filmed. The government now wants to hand over the Manipur horror video to the Central Bureau of Investigation. India Today has accessed inside details of the Narendra Modi government strategy to restore law and order in the state. The Prime Minister is being briefed thrice a day on the latest developments, and he's believed to be personally monitoring the situation on ground. This big story we get you first and exclusive on India Today. Restoration of peace and harmony is priority one. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has spoken to leaders both of the Kuki and the Meitei communities, and officials of the Ministry of Home Affairs are in touch with leaders to ensure that the situation remains calm, communities remain engaged and remain on the talks table. Their viewpoints are being studied. Much more on this big story coming up on India Today. I'm Gaurav Sawant. Also on India First, the Udupi horror, the BJP hits out at the Siddaramaiah government, accuses it of being a jihadi government. I'll also get you that story, but first, as always, the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi counters the India alliance with Quit India attacks, says opposition renaming itself will not hide their past misdeeds.
परिवारवाद, क्विट इंडिया, परिवारवाद, छोड़ो इंडिया, तुष्टीकरण, क्विट इंडिया, तुष्टीकरण, छोड़ो इंडिया.
Udupi college controversy escalates. BJP takes to the streets in protest, demanding a CBI investigation into the alleged filming of girls in the college bathroom. NCW member Kushboo Sundar meets the victims. Supreme Court permits Enforcement Directorate Chief S.K. Mishra's tenure to continue till the 15th of September. The top court says decision taken only in national interest, but no further extensions will be allowed. Allahabad High Court extends stay on the Archaeological Survey of India. Survey at the Gyanvapi mosque complex. Stay on survey till court verdict on the 3rd of August. UFO whistleblower gives evidence to US Congress stating that the US government is holding an alien spacecraft. Former intelligence officer also claims non-human biologics found. India Today has accessed inside details of the Narendra Modi government strategy to restore law and order in Manipur. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, according to top government officials, is being briefed thrice a day on the latest developments, and he's believed to be personally monitoring the situation on ground. Restoration of peace and harmony is top priority. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is speaking to leaders both of the Kuki and the Meitei communities, and officials in the Ministry of Home Affairs at the center are in touch with leaders and ensuring that both communities remain on the talks table. Their viewpoints are being studied and efforts are being made to bridge the divide. Efforts are also on to bring about a reconciliation on ground. And interesting developments, the mobile phone on which the horrific video of two women being paraded naked was filmed has been recovered, and using this mobile phone, the agencies hope to piece together the entire sequence of events leading to the filming and the sharing of the video and the timing of the leak. The video horror case is most likely to be handed over to the Central Bureau of Investigation. This is what the government is likely to tell the Supreme Court that the Manipur video horror case should be tried outside Manipur in Assam. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's news director Rahul Kanwal, breaking down this big story first on India First. Rahul, give us details. Why is the centre so keen to hand over the investigation, especially about this video, to the Central Bureau of Investigation, and why are questions being raised about the timing of the Manipur horror video being released, Rahul?
Gaurav, one of the questions that's being asked often since this horrific gang rape video of Manipuri women being paraded naked came out in the public domain is, where was this video for 70 plus days? Because it dates back to early May this year, and for 70 days it wasn't in the public domain. Suddenly, a day before Parliament, this video comes out. So what we've heard from high-level sources in the government is that the original phone on which the video was shot and the person who filmed that video, both those have been found out, and now using that phone and the testimony of the person who filmed that video, the government hopes to establish the entire sequence of events from the filming of that video to the moment that it was released, try and establish the chain and to see whether there is indeed a conspiracy. Government sources suggest that they believe that there is a conspiracy because it came out just one day before Parliament. But to establish this as a concrete fact, they now will be probing this matter. What we've also heard is to ensure that there is a sense that the case is being, is being heard in a free and fair fashion. The government will ask in its affidavit before the Supreme Court tomorrow for the case to be moved out of Manipur, possibly to Assam. That's the affidavit the centre will present in the Supreme Court, so that this case can be tried by the CBI in a court in Assam, so it's not caught up in any ethnic clash, any wrangling on the ground in Manipur. Gaurav.
Rahul, break down the government strategy for us. How does it translate into action on ground when it comes to not just restoring peace and normalcy, but more important, the effort to bring about a reconciliation?
What we are learning, Gaurav, is that Home Minister Amit Shah is leading the government's efforts at the highest levels to try and bring members of the Kuki and the Maitai community on the negotiating table. There are many former government officials in both communities, the Home Minister himself, the IB director, officials in the MHA who handle the Northeast. They're all talking to them, trying to find a basis for reconciliation. What we've heard is that opinion amongst both communities is divided. There are those who say, let's bring the current round of violence to an end and let's talk. Then there are others who say that this is only possible if there is some long-term solution. The Kuki community wants a separate administrative area. The Maitais want their own tribal status, and therefore there are those who want that those issues be discussed. But those are more intractable issues, and therefore an effort to try and talk about how to bring peace at this moment. The government's big hope, Gaurav, is that since the 18th of July, there hasn't been a single incident in which there has been a death. So far, there have been 150 official deaths. In this bout of violence which started in May, 500 plus people have been injured. We're told that 651 FIRs have been registered so far. So this is a case of violence which is being looked at from an ethnic violence stripe. You know, the government's not looking at the prospects of a China conspiracy. They don't see this from the lens of a Christian-Hindu conflict. They're seeing this as an ethnic conflict with deep historical past, and hoping that they can bring these two communities to the negotiating table and find some way of gingerly walking towards peace and normalcy. Gaurav.
Fingers crossed, Rahul. Keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more on this. There's a lot of talk about biometrics and creating a buffer zone. A lot of work in progress, and we'll be tracking that story very, very closely. I now want to move to the other big story we're tracking here on India First. And the Congress and the BJP are on the warpath over the Udupi toilet video horror. The BJP has come out all guns blazing, accusing the Congress of appeasement politics, going to the extent of calling the Siddaramaiah government a jihadi government, alleging minority appeasement since the accused are Muslims. The Congress has hit right back, accusing the BJP of giving a communal color to a college incident between friends. Our Karnataka bureau gets us more. Showdown over Udupi College washroom controversy spilling onto the streets of Karnataka's capital, Bengaluru. The state BJP staged a massive protest against Karnataka Home Minister. The BJP student and women wing joined the agitation against the Siddaramaiah government, accusing it of appeasement. The BJP is now demanding that the probe be handed over to either the Central Bureau of Investigation or a special investigation team take over the case.
We are demanding a SIT probe into this because we are not confident of the police investigation here. So these are the same people who said there is nothing. Now under pressure they are putting their passenger. They might scuttle the case also.
There is a jihadi team involved in this entire episode. We want the NI or the CBI to investigate the entire case, and the people who are involved in this entire network should be booked and it should come out. That was the main demand.
Karnataka Home Minister hit back at the BJP.
Manipur incident is so, I don't know what to call it. And there the commission has not gone. Is that that magnitude, this incident in Udupi?
BJP leader and National Commission for Women member Kushboo Sundar visited the paramedical Netra Jyoti College in Udupi to meet the girls involved in the incident and the college authorities.
If there are rumors of hidden cameras in the toilets, please understand there's nothing to it. Zilch. There's a rumor which is going around, and there are false videos which have been going around that there are hidden cameras. It's an institution and there cannot be any hidden cameras. So please do not follow these kind of stories.
India Today has accessed the FIR in the college washroom case. It mentions charges of outraging the modesty of a woman, privacy of a woman being breached, and sections of the IT Act. The FIR also names the college administration. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath in Bengaluru and Anaga Keshav in Udupi, Bureau Report, India Today. So is there merit in the BJP accusing the Congress government of Muslim appeasement? Is there merit in the Congress accusing the BJP of giving a communal color to a college incident because the persons who filmed the young girls in the toilet without their knowledge were Muslims and the victims, according to the BJP, all Hindus? Joining me on India First is Lavanya Balal, spokesperson of the Congress party. Also with me is Bhaskar Rao, spokesperson Karnataka BJP, former Commissioner of Police of Bengaluru, and of course Dr. Vikram Singh is former DGP of Uttar Pradesh for a law and order perspective. But I want to begin by asking you, Lavanya Balal, the BJP accuses the Siddaramaiah government of being a jihadi government, accusing the government of playing down the incident because the accused are Muslims.
Good evening. The Congress government in Karnataka has not been shielding anybody. We have not said to drop the cases against them. We have not shielded any of the students. We do believe the punishment should be meted out to the students who have involved in this crime. It's a criminal activity, invading somebody's privacy. And we have given a free hand to the police, and the police is doing an investigation, which NCW member, Ms. Kushboo Sundar, also has been aware of, and she has gone to the place today, and she herself has said that there is no point in communalizing in all of these issues. What we have seen in Karnataka is in the last 2 months, there have been 4 incidents that were attempted to be communalized in Karnataka. Now, the crime is a crime. It doesn't matter who's committed the crime.
Fair enough.
And
Bhaskar Rao, respond to Lavanya Balal saying it's an incident, it's being investigated. Why give a communal color when a case was registered against the accused for outraging the modesty of women, breach of privacy? The government says all action has been taken. Mr. Rao, I think you're on mute, sir. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah, sorry.
Go on,
Namaskar. Udupi is a communally sensitive district which is known to all of us. A cognizable and a non-bailable offence has taken place. And the 3 girls against whom a case has been registered has been done after 8 days after the incident. If the free hand had been given to the police, they would have taken action. Instead, the government has tried to push it and make it look like a prank. They have been calling it a prank committed by adults, those who are over 18 years of age, and especially which involves the modesty of a woman. And being a communally sensitive district, one should expect that the smallest thing, even a road traffic accident, gets criminalized. And if such things start happening, Congress, when it is not able to handle the incident, straight away says that you are trying to criminalize. Instead, it should have taken preventive steps. Even the Honorable Home Minister also is absolutely clueless about the whole thing, and he is trying to defend. In fact, they are trying to push the local police into towing the Congress line of defending the Muslim girls.
Okay, sir, that's a
the
great
larger
charge,
picture
but
of trapping. Once a minute. The larger picture of trapping, the Hindu girl has to be probed in over there, because now, after 8 days after the incident has happened, if you book a case over there, and still you are in a denial mode, the Honorable Home Minister's statements are extremely irresponsible.
Okay.
So, comparing it with the other parts of the state, etc. over there doesn't behave proper.
So let's take this one by one. Lavanya Balal, I'll just come back to you, but let me bring in Dr. Vikram Singh into this conversation. Dr. Singh, merit in the allegation that it's a jihadi government that's shielding the accused because they are Muslim girls, because police say they've taken action when complaint was received from the college authorities under relevant sections of the law.
Good evening, Gauravji and esteemed co-panelists. I would say that I have my own reservations, and there is much to be done now. I think everybody has failed the victim. First, let us take the police. The police say that we cannot take action suo moto. Well, if you cannot take or prevent any action, then what are you there for? Please read the police regulations and the police act. Your job is to prevent crime. If not able to prevent crime, then it is your job to investigate and put the perpetrators behind bars. You seem to be totally washing your hands off the case and your responsibility, which is just not acceptable. Now the caller says we have suspended. This is too little coming too late. You should have rusticated the students. And to say that the victim did not come up with the complaint is just not acceptable at all. The complainant in such cases would be in a state of trauma and not in a position to lodge the complaint. And that is why the student advisory committees are there in every institution to help the victim to come out, or if the victim does not, the college becomes the complainant.
Let me bring in Lavanya Balal to respond to some of these points being made. Ma'am, the Karnataka Home Minister is in the eye of a storm for saying it's a small incident being blown out of proportions. In your appreciation, is this a small incident between friends at a university or a college?
Well, here is what I would like to remind everyone. There are a lot of fake videos floating around in the last few days claiming to be from Udupi, and it is coming from one of the biggest troll armies of India. And there is a lot of misinformation also. The NCW member today mentioned that there are fake videos floating around. Please do not encourage that. Please do not encourage criminalizing the issue. The issue is of criminal offense, and also this must be handled as a criminal investigation. So,
but on the aspect about delay, why was an FIR registered after 8 days is what Mr. Bhaskar Rao asked.
It is, okay, here is the timeline. The incident happened on July 18th and the incident came to light on July 19th, and the FIR was filed on the 25th because the complainant didn't come forward, and that is when the police came to know about the incident, and that is when the complaint was filed. Now, NCW member is also aware of the investigation, and she feels it is a fair investigation that is going on. If you do not trust the police, Mr. Bhaskar Rao, who do you trust?
Let me get Mr. Rao to respond to that, sir, because the BJP stands accused of blowing a small incident out of proportion for political gains. The State Home Minister said, and I quote, "It's not a serious issue. It happened within the college premises and between friends." He asks, why is the BJP trying to add political color to this incident by blowing it out of proportion? Response, sir.
The government in Karnataka is trying to brush this and suppress it and calling it a prank of a cognizable, non-bailable offense. What do you call this? And then you call it a small incident. And then just because the perpetrators, those girls, are from the Muslim community, you say that it was compromised in the college. And then you register a second FIR against some media people saying that you have telecast this over there. We demand a fair probe, which the government will not allow by the local police. It should be done either by a central agency. Only then fear will go. Otherwise, everywhere the Congress is pushing its agenda of trying to please the minority community and finally endangering their actual survival. They are not allowing truth to come out.
Sir, but you've leveled a very serious allegation that
if I may
all
respond?
of this... Yes, ma'am, kindly. Before I come back to him, but do respond.
Yeah, I would like to say this is very appalling, Mr. Bhaskar Rao. As a former police officer, you're saying your confidence in the way a police is allowed to investigate, a free and fair investigation is zero, is very appalling indeed.
They are quite capable of doing it, but we should allow them to do it. No.
Sir, are you saying you were never allowed to do that in your career, sir? You have served in different governments, sir. Were you not allowed, sir? By different governments, BJP, JDS, and Congress.
The government of the day always. I have served under all the three governments over there. The government of the day
and
always
also when Mr.
ensures
also,
that
sir,
their returns over there.
Yeah.
And in this particular instance, it's very quite clear.
Sir,
why is it that so many days have to lapse?
Okay, one by one.
Sir,
let Ms. Balal finish and I'll come to you, Mr. Rao.
One quick point is when Mr. Dr. Parameshwar was talking about, is this such a big incident? He was referring the Manipur horrors and how there is not enough outrage from the BJP section and how they're outraging only about Udupi. We are not writing this incident off. We want justice for the girls. We are very clear about that.
Okay.
We want to make this incident an example to all the students that you cannot misbehave like this. You cannot do criminal activities like that. We
Ma'am,
want
that's a strong statement. We will hold you to that. But Dr. Vikram Singh, as a former top cop, would you see three girls putting a mobile phone camera secretly in a toilet and filming other girls, and allegations that those videos are then being circulated in some WhatsApp groups as a small incident being blown out of proportions? Or is there merit that the State Home Minister is trying to play this down because the accused belong to the minority community? Dr. Vikram Singh.
Nothing more absent to understand that this is a incident. We are diluting it or trying to sweep it underneath the carpet. This is just not acceptable, Mr. Rao. The fact of the matter is, has to be investigated. Fake news, there is fake news, but it's the job of the investigating officer to see that the truth prevails. Until they have not been able to inspire much confidence because they themselves are, we can do a motto act. There are eminent panelists, they will tell us, job of the police to be proactive, suo moto, what else are they for? They are not supposed to be reactive.
Okay.
We are supposed to get to the bottom. And if this
so they should get to the bottom of this. So to get to the bottom of this case, whether it's a prank or whether there is a jihad angle involved, as is being alleged, or if it was being done with some ulterior motives, Lavanya, Balal, should there be a SIT investigation? Should the case be handed over, as the BJP demands, to the Central Bureau of Investigation for a fair and impartial probe?
Well, you see, when they are talking about CBI probe and all of that, when BJP also claimed Paramesh Mesta's case, there was DK Ravi's case, they had zero confidence in the state police. They demanded an investigation by the CBI. CBI came back with the report exactly which matched the police reports, and now they are saying they want a CBI SIT investigation on the same thing. The lack of confidence in the police is a trait of Karnataka BJP. Even when they were in power, their Home Minister himself has said the police are like the dogs. You throw them money, they will do whatever you want to do. So BJP has never had confidence in the police, but we do have confidence in our police, and we are confident that there will be justice served to these girls.
Bhaskar Rao, you were Commissioner of Police, Bangalore, sir. Your brothers in arms, will they carry out a free and fair investigation, or you lack faith in your successors, sir?
They are absolutely capable of carrying out investigation if they are left to themselves. If the Congress party and their ideology becomes investigating officers. They have to just fall in line, like the way the IAS officers had to fall in line when they were summoned to do party work over there. Why will they quarrel with the government of the day? They should be kept independent to carry out. That is our. Otherwise, the police is a very fine organization. Vikram Singh sir would also agree with me on this matter. It is the problem with the leadership. If a woman's modesty is outraged and the Home Minister has the temerity to call it a small incident, God help the safety and security of women in this state.
So you're misconstruing the statement, sir. I'll have to stop you there. You're misconstruing his statements, Mr. Bhaskar Rao.
No, but did he or did he not say it's a small incident and that is being blown out of proportions?
Let me make it very clear. He said the Manipur issue is a huge issue which the BJP is ignoring, but they are blowing out of proportion an incident that happened in Udupi, which compared to Manipur is a smaller incident. We are in no way saying the incident is big or small. We are saying everybody needs justice.
Madam, does your Home Minister have jurisdiction over Manipur? Let him attend to what is there in Udupi. Manipur will be dealt.
Yes. So he is a Home Minister. He will respond to all attacks that come to
government and the
Congress.
opposition in the...
No, but the fact remains, there are victims, there are perpetrators, and is an effort being made to shield the accused in this case. If the State Home Minister, Dr. Vikram Singh, if the State Home Minister says it's a small incident which is being blown out of proportion, is that a line that's being given out to the police, Dr. Vikram Singh?
Gauravji, you have hit the nail on the head in the sense
I'm sorry.
that investigation has to be transparent and justice must not only be done but must seem to be done. If you begin with the hypothesis and you start comparing apples and oranges, Manipur is significant, no doubt. But here we are talking about this particular case where we have just abandoned the victim. The police says that we cannot take suo motu action. The college washes its hands of the case by just suspending the alleged perpetrators. What are we hinting at? The fact of the matter is that we have not given the topmost priority which this case should have got. We cannot dilute the issue. Gauravji, this has to be given the topmost priority and the investigation has to follow on a fast track mode and put in a fast track code so that the conviction happens in the next 30 days. If it does not happen, well...
Let me...
Okay. Lavanya Balal, do respond to the point made by Dr. Vikram Singh. Also, if the State Home Minister says there is no criminal intent, none established, the victims did not file a complaint, a college committee should probe. Ma'am, in your appreciation, does this not send out a signal to the police that the State Home Minister says there is no criminal intent? How will they investigate a criminal intent?
That's a very serious allegation you're making on the Home Minister. Let me make it very clear. When the girls were questioned, okay, what the police said is what the Home Minister is saying. Now the police said there was no mediated action. It was a spur of the moment where they decided to film their colleague or their classmate, which is not correct, which is wrong. So now when we are talking about the police filing the case so late, I would also like to ask all the BJP panelists and everybody here, why is it that you have never spoken up about, sir, 90 days after the horror in Manipur, there was no FIR, that the girls were snatched away from the police station? I didn't see you agitating at that point of time.
Mr. Bhaskar Rao, quickly respond to the
point.
Ask
her to stick to the subject.
Please also respond to the point that it's a serious allegation being leveled against the Home Minister if it is being claimed that there is no criminal intent.
His incompetence, Home Minister's incompetency is seen. He is talking a different language which is different on the ground. And I pity Lavanya Balal madam because she's not able to defend the honor of another young.
No, we will track this story. I've run out of time on this part of the show, but Lavanya Balal, Bhaskar Rao and Dr. Vikram Singh for joining me here on India First. Many thanks. We'll track this story very closely.